My name is Helene Brown, and I'd like to take the opportunity of thanking John Wedman for inviting me to introduce our group. I'm the co-founder and chairperson of NISIG, which is the National Infertility Support Information Group. I know we're going to have to change it and get into the 21st century, which was set up basically in Cork, because I'm living in Cork, in 1994. And we put down our another girl and myself put down our home telephone numbers. And because of the telephone calls from all over Ireland, we became national. And then we had absolutely no money. So we got the Miscarriage Association's constitution and the Gays constitution, and we married the two together to set up the constitution ourselves. And we then became a registered charity organisation. We're also endorsed by all the clinics here in Ireland, and we're members of EIA, which is the European Infertility Alliance. We're a member of ICSI, which is the International Consumer Support for Infertility, and we're also members of the European Patient Forum. As a patient leader, I was also a member of the Commission of Assisted Human Reproduction, which was set up in the year 2000 to 2005, and we really worked very, very hard on that. And unfortunately, this report is collecting dust. In order to be informed of treatment options worldwide, we also attend international conferences so that we're aware of what's happening internationally. When the group was first established in 1994, right, before we became national, the only options in Ireland was ovulation induction, IUI and IVF. End of story. When I went for infertility treatment here in Ireland in the early 90s, I had freezing in Ireland, and I would have had 11, there was one clinic in Ireland, no freezing, and I would have had 11 embryos, 3 were placed in my uterus and the rest were in my cervix. And that was the most horrendous, it still haunts me. And I actually went to the UK after that for treatment because they had freezing of embryos. Sorry, I'm nervous. We weren't, at that time, actually, we weren't aware that there was a donor program going on in Ireland, which was in the Moorhampton Clinic, but one of our members informed us of that, and we were actually delighted to know that. We weren't, in the early 90s, in the early 90s there was only one clinic, and at the moment now we have 7 clinics in Ireland, and I'm sure if more sprung up, they will still be very, very busy. But due to no legislation, couples have to travel abroad for donor eggs, donor embryos and surrogacy, which I feel is appalling that our government does not have the welfare of their citizens at heart. Of course, our solution to an Irish problem, ship it abroad. So what are we as a group up to now? We hold bi-monthly meetings in Cork, Limerick and Dublin, and at times we have guest speakers. We have quarterly newsletters which are sent to all our members and clinics. We have a website and a chat room. We have conferences every 2 years. We have a low-call telephone number from Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. We're all volunteers, so people are working. That's why the low-call number is open in the evening. We have a mobile number 24/7. I was absolutely delighted when Marianne Campbell here contacted me last February expressing an interest in surrogacy, as we had been receiving a few phone calls over the past few months, and I just didn't know what advice or information to give people. Prior to that, we would have had quite a few phone calls in the late 90s following Dr. Neary's case. And then there was, and we were absolutely delighted because COTS in the UK, we could refer people to COTS in the UK. COTS in the UK now only treat their own citizens. So then we didn't hear anything for quite a few years. And I would imagine in the last 6 to 8 months, we're getting quite a few phone calls now for people who are looking for surrogacy. And it's just absolutely terrible just not to be able to give people advice. So I was absolutely thrilled when Marion rang. I'm aware that people can now look up information on the net, but at times information can be daunting, overwhelming and or misleading. So accurate information is vital and saves such hardship and heartache for people. I look forward to listening to John and Elliot share their knowledge and experience in surrogacy, and attending the Family Law Society seminar tomorrow evening, where I'll have the opportunity to listen to very eminent people speak. I'll be listening to Deirdre Madden, who's a lecturer of law in UCC, and she'll speak on Does Surrogacy Have a Future in Ireland? Dr. Gerard Byrne will discuss the psychological challenges of surrogacy, and Bruno Hanna will she'll speak on the law relating to surrogacy in Britain. My intention is to share this information with those who give their time voluntarily on the helpline every evening, so that people who contact us can be given honest and informed information. I wish you all happiness on your journey. Thank you.
Thank you.